So is this what we're doing now and we're just going to pretend it's okay? We're going to eliminate any target we want in international water and pretend it's okay because they called it counterterrorism? And if you think that this is problematic but couldn't happen in the United States, think again. Let me explain. It all started with this executive order that designated certain organizations a foreign terrorist organization. And you can argue with the authority of the president to do this, but one thing you cannot argue with is that that doesn't give the president the authority to strike a boat and its passengers just because they're transporting controlled substances. Because that action violates the authority granted by the Constitution to the president, who is allowed to strike only when there is a direct, imminent threat to the interest or the people of the United States. A drug smuggling operation is not that. It violates the authority granted by Congress to the President of the United States through this law, and even through this law, which says that in counter-narcotics operation, the United States government can stop a ship, board a ship, and arrest its occupants. It can't just blow it and its occupants up. And it violates international laws which say that a country has a right to self-defense. A drug smuggling operation, not self-defense. And so Trump decided to justify the use of deadly military force by simply renaming the operation as a counterterrorism operation instead of a counter-narcotics operation. First, you designate an organization a foreign terrorist organization. Then you say that their actions are an imminent threat to U.S. interests. Then you strike. But here's the terrifying thing. The very same logic can be applied right here in the United States. The White House could simply choose another organization to call a foreign terrorist organization, then claim an imminent threat, and then act. You think that's unlikely? Because that's exactly what happened in the Philippines under President Duterte. First, he called a war on drugs, then he allowed extrajudicial killings of dealers and users, and then he expanded that to what he called initially enemies of the state, and then just about anyone he wanted. This is not just a violation of federal and international law. It is a slippery slope that nobody here in the United States should want.